Funding secured for real this time?
Yeah, and as you say, he's exploring a tender offer. There's no firm plan at this stage for a tender offer. And I do want to correct or at least clarify something we said in the last hour. He has commitments for financing for $46.5 billion, a headline across the Bloomberg terminal saying that that was a all-debt deal. But in fact, the $46.5 billion is split between $25.5 billion of debt, 2 revolving lines, and then $21 billion in equity financing. And as we've discussed already on this program, he's got commitments from Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and Barclays. So this is a big step. Remember, the offer is still $54.20 a share. He took that offer to Twitter's board on April 13th. According to this regulatory filing, Twitter's board has not responded. But because that time has elapsed, the amendment, this filing is an amendment to that original deal, which basically points out, A, due diligence not needed anymore, and B, the financing, which was not secure at the time, it was contingent on anticipated financing. That was the language of April 13th. That now is secured.
And let's pivot to another story I know you've been following very closely, Ed, and that is around Tesla. We had the numbers out there providing a nice counterpoint in terms of sentiment after the Netflix story 24 hours previously. So a much more positive story, not all from selling cars, but of course that is where they make most of their money.
Yeah, look, they hit record profit at Tesla in a quarter where supply chain challenges were still present. We saw rising materials costs and we saw disruption from COVID-19, particularly in the Shanghai plant. You know, $18.8 billion of revenue was a beat on the top line, $3.22 a share in terms of EPS was a beat on the bottom line. And you know what Tesla was able to do, and the street is kind of praising, is use the levers of demand and raising prices. They raised prices in the quarter. Elon Musk was talking about how, well, hold on, you guys might think it's not fair for us to raise prices in a quarter where we hit record profit, but we're dealing with a situation where suppliers are raising their prices by 20 to 30%, and the anticipation is that raw materials costs, components costs do continue to rise over a 12 to 18-month horizon. So they're pricing their vehicles more high now in anticipation of that. And Anna, just for you, we got a new product, a robo-taxi. No steering wheel, no pedals, just for Bloomberg Markets, the Elon Musk show.
You've clearly been watching me drive, Kayleigh. Yeah, take it without steering, Kayleigh.
Yeah, I do not drive. I live in Manhattan. Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow in San Francisco.